The world of luxury is shrouded in a certain air of secrecy. In the realm of luxury timepieces, it is business as usual for prices to be many times more than they would be for items that are otherwise very inexpensive. A straightforward watch from an affordable brand might cost a few $100s or even less, depending on what you want. In contrast, an extremely rare luxury timepiece from a brand like 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗨, 𝗲𝗂𝒐 Philippe, or Rolex might set you back hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars, depending on the circumstances. Welcome to Luxurious Dreams. Today, we will talk about what makes a watch luxurious. Stay with us until the end of the video to learn more. Like and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button to get notified of all the latest updates. Craftsmanship is one of the first qualities you'll search for in a luxury watch. This can be a fairly subjective concept regarding timepieces, which is problematic. By definition, inexpensive watches require a minimum skill level. The question then becomes not whether a watch exhibits craftsmanship but rather how craftsmanship is defined in the context of luxury watches. We've outlined some of the most distinguishing characteristics of the finest luxury watches so that you can determine how much each one means to you. The watch casing and components. Over the years, watchmakers have used various materials to create timepieces. Still, today's finest luxury watches will undoubtedly be crafted from high-quality materials such as stainless steel, platinum, and gold. Although you may not recognize certain metals by sight, simply having the watch in your hand will give you a good sense of its quality. The best luxury timepieces typically have a distinct weight due to these metals. The watch crystal. The major function of the watch glass, also known as the watch crystal, is to protect the delicate inner workings of the watch from outside pollutants such as water, dirt, and particulates. Sapphire crystal is exceedingly scarce in the natural world. Hence, most luxury timepieces employ a laboratory-created synthetic equivalent. The watch mechanism. The word watch movement often refers to the type of mechanism that powers the watch. According to the common consensus, there are three types of watch movements: quartz, mechanical, and automatic. Whether or not they know of it, most people are familiar with quartz timepieces as they tick from second to second. In contrast, automatic motions move the second hand around the face in a single, continuous motion. Quartz. Quartz movements are rather simple in theory. Batteries and electricity essentially power a quartz watch. In actuality, the mechanism is a bit more complicated, including a piece of crystal quartz vibrating precisely 32,768 times per second, but you get the idea. Quartz watches are as precise as you would expect from a high-quality timepiece, but they lack the distinction between mechanical and automatic movements. Mechanical. Mechanical timepieces, unlike quartz watches, do not require batteries. In contrast, their inner workings are powered by a more traditional and complex spring-driven mechanism, sometimes known as a mainspring, which must be wound periodically. It is a quiet, alone, and relatively private activity, making it something that many wearers view as a perk instead of a chore. Over the ages, the world's finest watchmakers have developed and perfected the mechanisms of mechanical watches, which is one of the reasons why mechanical movements have traditionally been linked with the finest luxury timepieces. Automatic. Automatic timepieces, often known as self-winding watches, are comparable in many ways to those with mechanical mechanisms. The primary distinction is that automated watches do not need to be wound. They rely instead on very advanced technology that creates kinetic energy from the wearer's wrist movement. Essentially, this entails the attachment of weight to the internal mechanical movement. This weight spins freely as the wearer rotates their wrist, generating energy that is subsequently used to power the watch. The reputation and history of the manufacturer. A true luxury watch is comprised of much more than the metals, materials, and technology used in its manufacture. It is also based on the history and legacy of the master craftsman who created it. Simply said, the finest luxury watches are created by illustrious watchmakers who have spent decades or perhaps centuries constantly improving or refining timepieces. The strap or band of a watch. As luxury watches are often made to fit the wrist snugly, the strap is a crucial component of the entire timepiece. In addition, the aesthetics and general feel of a watch can be significantly affected by the type of strap used. As with the watch case materials discussed previously, the weight of a metal band typically indicates its quality. The less expensive and lower quality watches will be made from lighter stainless steel. In contrast, the more expensive luxury watches will be made from heavier solid stainless steel, gold, or platinum. Chronograph rating. Occasionally, you may see a luxury watch with the phrase chronometer certification or a similar phrase on the dial. This indicates that it has been chronometer rated, independently tested to stringent criteria by the Contrôle officiel suisse de chronometers, official Swiss chronometer testing institute, the world's leading institute responsible for certifying the precision and accuracy of Swiss timepieces. If it's a dive watch, water resistance. A watch's water resistance may appear simple at first glance, but it is considerably more complex upon closer inspection. For instance, one may be forgiven for assuming that a watch with a water resistance rating of 30 meters can be immersed to a depth of 30 meters, but this is not always the case. This is likely less critical if you intend to keep your watch dry. Still, it is a decision that requires careful consideration if you intend to engage in a serious expedition. Complications. Complications is a broad phrase used to describe the additional functions that certain timepieces may perform in addition to displaying the time. Some of the most common date complications are internal calendars and chronographs. However, some more advanced date complications may maintain track of the date and time in multiple time zones, which is useful for frequent flyers. In contrast, certain diving watches measure oxygen levels for deep-sea diving. Complexity is not required for a watch to be considered a luxury watch, but it is extremely rare on inexpensive watches, thus, it can be an excellent indicator of quality from the start. Value appreciation. This is another trait you won't necessarily be able to identify by appearance, but for many people, especially collectors, it is a vital factor in their purchasing decision. If you have no intention of selling the watch, you may be more interested in its appearance and feeling than in its value appreciation. However, this is important if you're purchasing a watch as an investment. Generally, a watch's great value appreciation indicates that it is one of the finest luxury watches. If you made it to the end of this video and are interested in knowing more, let us know which part of the video you liked the most in the comments section below. We will appreciate your comment and work to make a video on your desired topic with an account shout-out. Please like and subscribe to Luxurious Dreams and hit the bell button to be notified of our next video. Thanks for watching.